Adam's energy in the morning is crucial for us.
Hypers, man, smile on his dial.
Only wants the best of everyone he's working with.
My name is Adam Hay, and my role is performance scientist for the All Blacks.
He's the first bite we get to sort of starting our day off.
It's always good to see his face walking into the gym.
He really fizzes his Olympic lifts in particular.
You can probably tell by my mixed up accent that I didn't grow up here. I grew up in the borders of Scotland in a little village called Yeatham. So I started my first probably 8 years of my professional life as a PE teacher. I moved to Hong Kong to do that, and then I really wanted to work in professional sport, in rugby in particular. Retrained, became a strength and conditioning coach. The family and I moved to New Zealand. Started in New Zealand rugby in 2012 as an intern. I spent 6 months working with the Hurricanes, and from there I picked up a job with Taranaki in the NPC. I spent 6 years working as a strength and conditioning coach for them, and then got a job with the Chiefs in Super Rugby. And my job evolved a little bit where I was more involved in the kind of sports science, data analytics space. I guess I was a strength and conditioning coach first, and I think it's important that you develop the basics first and you develop instinct. But I was always a bit of a numbers guy. I always wanted evidence that what I was doing was working and was being effective. And so over time, I kind of morphed from that strength and conditioning space more towards the sports science, analytics end of the business.
Adam does a bit, we call him Sid, and he's the Robin to Gilly's Batman. So whatever Gilly can't do, which isn't much, but Sid helps out quite a bit.
He obviously does all our GPS analysis and that side of things, so it gives us players a real good insight into what we're doing out on the field, speed-wise, how hard we're working, and it's good to come off the field and see the proof of it.
Very big part of being a rugby team, a sports team, is your physical conditioning, strength training, fitness training, and that's pretty much his crust. I'm making sure that we're not doing too much or too little running, so we're trending really well, so we're getting fitter, but we're not burning ourselves out, and mainly that when we get to Saturday, we're fresh and we're ready to go, and once we get out there on the field, we're going to feel good and not be heaving.
You're out on the field and you're feeling gas, but when you come back and the numbers are quite high, then you feel good for it. So I find it pretty big for me.
Cortez Ratama, he can set him up here. Enrico Ioane is going to score his first try this year.
I've seen it grow from nothing to now such an integral part of our team, and there's boys in here that love. They're the first ones off the field. I'll check the iPad. What's my meters? What's my speeds? So it gets quite competitive at times too, which is good.
Try and keep the name up the top of the list as much as possible, whether it's distance or high mets or even speed and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good. It's good fun.
I'll go check my speed every now and then, but there's quite a bit of competition with the outsides. We like to keep each other honest.
One part of my role is to work with all of the performance data. So I collect that, I clean it, I analyse it, and then I interpret that data and give insights and recommendations based on what I see. The second part of my job is to be a strength and conditioning coach at the coalface.
Nice and still, nice and still. Okay, when you're ready.
Research is coming out at an exponential rate, and so is the technology that comes with it. And I think that could be quite overwhelming. So our approach is we sit as a group, we decide what are our key performance questions or challenges that we want to overcome. And then from there, we go to the research, we go to the experts, and we decide how we want to outfit it. So that's our filter. That's how we zero in on the things that we actually need to work on.
Try and land on the plates, bud.
So what we're trying to achieve is we're trying to optimize the player's preparation, and we're trying to reduce their risk of injury. So the data helps inform us of what the player might need more of or less of in their program. So as we put together their plan for the week, We're looking at the data, we're looking at everything, we're looking at all of the evidence together, or all of the information together to help give them a bit more of a bespoke program, if you like.
So Adam's energy in the morning is crucial for us. He's the first spike we get to sort of starting our day off on a good note. Between him and Gilly, you can always sort of hear them before you see them. You know, they're extremely loud, a lot of energy, and I think that the boys thrive off that.
High energy. It's always good to see his face walking into the gym or heading to training. I've known him for a little while now, so he's good to talk to. Only wants the best of everyone he's working with.
Love seeing you in the morning, says g'day, brings the fizz. You get a good lift in, you know, he's just as fizzed as you are. Get you up for gym sessions when you might be a little bit flat first thing on a Monday morning. Put on some good tunes.
Nah, his music's terrible. Very old school.
Loves his job, you know. I think as any good trainer, they've got to show a lot of energy and passion towards what they're doing, and he's definitely right up there with that.
Well, it has been one monumental test match.
Adam is putting our body under a lot of stress, making us push the boundaries.
Some of the studies they've explained to us is if they can try and match game day heart rate with training heart rate, and we're getting that similar feel to what it would feel like on Saturday.
You know, throughout the year, like at different stages, we have quite a bit of running during the week. We have not so much running, so like all those help us to play at our best on Saturday.
We know they're doing their jobs right when you don't notice too much of a change and your body's feeling good. You feel like you're making good adaptations, and effectively you're getting fitter and stronger and feeling better out on the field.
Yeah, I think when you start, you learn the basics, and then over time you drift away from that, and you go searching and you go looking for different things. And then I think you end up coming back to the basics, but the change is that you want to do the basics to a world-class level.